Hi everybody, thank you for joining me here at Shanna's Sweets. I'm a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator here in Kansas. My blog is shannasweetstamping.com, and I'm so grateful you could join me for this card tutorial today. I'm going to make this card for a color challenge, and I thought you'd like to see how I did it. Today I am using two stamp sets, Banner Year, which actually has a punch, and Country Home. I thought this would be a great stamp set for this challenge. The challenge was to use 4 colors: Pretty Peacock, Coastal Cabana, Calypso Coral, and Crumb Cake. So I wanted kind of a fall themed card, so I thought what I could do, thought about it for a minute. Hadn't used this stamp set in a while. This came as a carryover from last year's catalog, so I really enjoyed it and I thought I would use it again. And this one I hadn't used yet, so I thought, oh, and I think that little squirrel is so adorable, and I like the acorn, so I thought they would be perfect. So let's get started and I will show you how I made this card. Let's start with our stamping. Now, I am using also the Pretty Peacock blends just because these colors work okay when you're doing small spaces and not coloring great big, but on my pot I'm doing a bigger space, so I didn't want to use the Pretty Peacock for that one, and it's a little bit lighter tone. So let's start with our pot, which I think I actually put back in the case. So let's pull him back out of the case here. Put him on my block. And I'm going to stamp him in the Pretty Peacock. Now, if you're very light-handed with your blend, you can use the ink pad. Just don't do a huge amount of blending, otherwise it will bleed. And I used the stitched frame. And I was just trying to make sure you do get a little bit better stitching on one side, so that's why I was checking. And then what I'm going to do, set that aside for a minute. I have I'm using this shimmery cardstock. So I have a piece here. I'm very low on my shimmer cardstock, so I'm being very frugal. And I'm going to use the Crumb Cake ink. I am really sticking with this color challenge here. So I'm going to ink with that one. Now I'm going to speed up through my coloring, and then I'm going to trim this one out to layer on top of that. Alrighty. This out, I'm going to take some dimensionals and put them on our and this is going to just go right over our pot like that. Okay, then while I have our ink out, I'm going to take a piece of 1/2 inch. It's like 3 inches right now, but I'm going to trim it down. And I'm going to take my sentiment, and this time I'm going to use Happy Thanksgiving, and I'm going to go right in the middle. okay? And then I'm going to take my punch and I'm going to take one end and I'm going to go all the way first. Try to line it up in the middle. Oh, that one's perfect. I don't have to trim that any closer. Oh, that one's perfect too. So that was just the way I wanted it. So our cardstock is 11 inches by 4 1/4, and I'm going to fold it in half. And then on this one is 3 1/4 by 5. This one here, I need a piece of scratch paper and I need crumb cake ink. Okay, and I'm going to take our little squirrel and I'm going to ink him up and I'm going to stamp off and then stamp on the right hand corner. And then do it again and kind of change my angle again. Okay. Now, the acorn, I'm not going to stamp off. I want it solid. So this is 2 by 5. Okay, I want to make sure. Okay, so that's going to go. I can move this ink now. And then this is going to go on top of my pretty peacock. And this is 4 by 5 1/4. And I'm going to line it up so that I have just a little bit of an edge on this right hand side. Okay, try to keep my edge on this side of the paper even. Okay, and then this is going to get some snail, and this is going to go on my Whisper White base. And then this is going straight down, and it's going to go in the center but over towards the left hand side. Then I'm going to put some dimensionals, and I'm cutting the edge on my mini dimensionals here just because I like the firm base there. And that's going to go right across the middle. So here's one that says Happy Thanksgiving, and here's one that says Happy Fall, y'all. And that is my card for today. I hope you really enjoyed this card tutorial. I hope you'll give me a thumbs up on YouTube, and I hope you'll visit my blog for all the supply details. Thank you so very much for watching. Have a great day. Bye.